Welcome back to Read This Book. I'm Lisa Von Drasek, the curator of the Children's Literature Research Collections of the University of Minnesota. And here today I have
Janice Jaguszewski. I am director of the Health Sciences Libraries here at the U.
Well, can you tell me that stack of books has a theme?
This theme is around death and dying and funerals and celebrations and ritual.
And if it's not too personal, can I ask why you chose this theme at this time?
Sure. So I work in the Health Sciences Library, and most of the collection is focused on modern medicine, which is terrific. And in fact, I wouldn't be here today without modern medicine and intervention. But a very small part of the collection is around death and dying, and that part just happens to be located right outside my office door. So I see those books every day, and I've been intrigued by them, and I thought I'm going to kind of take a look through these books and see what they're all about.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell me a little bit about them.
Yeah, so what struck me, and I guess I was thinking too about our society today and how we're so focused on kind of prolonging life and we're all living longer, we're living healthier. But as a result, we're really not talking about death. It's something that we kind of shy away from, and that can be problematic. And so this first book is called The Dword, Talking About Dying by Sue Brayne. And she herself is a cancer survivor and really offers some great advice around how to have a conversation with people about death, and then how to provide support that you sometimes find when you're in that situation, that people can really rise to the occasion and embrace you and support you, and other people have great difficulty. And so this is providing advice for people who are encountering loved ones who may be in difficult situations. So this
is the family of?
This is family of and friends. Friends,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and this one then is called Meaningful Funerals, Meeting the Theological and Pastoral Challenge in a Postmodern Era by Ewan Kelly. And he is actually a minister in the Church of Scotland. So this does have a Christian bent to it. But what's interesting is that it's all about co-creating the funeral with the family and with those who are grieving, and it's really a shared sort of experience, and really approaching it not only from the theological perspective, but also from that spiritual and personal perspective, and kind of moving away from some of those really traditional rituals that we're all accustomed to. So when I was following up on that one, I also thought I grew up in Chicago in an ethnic neighborhood where everyone was Catholic. And so our tradition was 2 days of a wake with an open casket and a very ritualized mass and a service at the cemetery and then a luncheon. But when I moved to Minnesota, I have colleagues and friends from everywhere with all sorts of different backgrounds and different religious experiences. And so I found this book particularly helpful. The Perfect Stranger's Guide to Funerals and Grieving Practices, a guide to etiquette in other people's religious ceremonies. Really nice. Nice overview.
So if you're not familiar with the Catholic ritual, how you can be comfortable going to a Catholic funeral.
Right, and the services, the customs, what to expect, what to wear. But it covers...
And it covers a multitude of religious practices. So if you're going to a Muslim funeral... Or a Jewish funeral, and you've never been to that religious practice.
Yes.
It tells you what to do.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, really helpful.
Can I have that, please?
Yes,
Thank
there you go. And this final book was one that I think this was the first book that I pulled off the shelf that I have found to really have great meaning for me. And this is called Parting, New Rituals and Celebrations of Life's Passing. It's by Denise, Carson. And she was 27 when her mother passed away. Her mother passed away at 54. And she had made the decision to end cancer treatment. It was no longer effective. And to stop intravenous feeding. And so as a result, they knew that it would be about 7 days before she passed away. And so what they did was they planned a living funeral. And she was alert, and they basically together brought all the friends and family in and celebrated her life while she was still there to participate in it. And I thought, what an opportunity if you
have that opportunity.
Yeah, to be able to do something like that. And then there are all sorts of other suggestions, a legacy of memories, telling life stories and last wishes, home funerals. There's a real movement toward kind of going back to what we used to do and the practices that we used to have when death was much more a part of our life. And so this one really struck me because I thought about how you want to be remembered. And when you still have the opportunity, when you're living, to think, am I in alignment with the way in which, am I living my life the way in which I would like people to remember me? Or am I working all the time? Am I coming home after 7 p.m.? And really, is that how I want to be remembered? Yeah. Or do I want to be remembered as, that devoted mom and wife?
As a kind and generous person.
Exactly, as a compassionate person, as somebody who made other people's lives a little bit better.
I really appreciate you bringing these books to us because my work is in children's literature. And as we look at how we're evaluating these books, one of the things is to share. And to share the stories of the family and create an environment where children and families and grown-ups can all remember their loved ones through action. And I think all of these give us choices. So thank you for choosing this topic. It was unexpected, but it is really close to my heart.
Good, thank you.
So I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time on Read This Book.